Hello everyone and welcome back. Teacher Jenna here. Today we are going to do a quick run through of Demo 2. We will jump into the classroom and I will show you what each slide does and give a little example. Some things to know about Demo 2 are that they will ask you a few questions. Some questions I was asked were, what is your background and experience? So be ready to answer that. Sounds like an easy question, but when you're nervous, you're kind of like, So make sure that you kind of prepare for that. Another question that they asked me is, why do you want to teach with Qkids? This was a big one for me. This is the 4th ESL company that I have started with, and I absolutely love them because they're so receptive. If something comes up and you need to cancel a class, they don't take money from you. They don't make you feel like you're going to get fired. They're really personable and receptive, and I love that about Qkids. They're also company booked, so no competing for bookings. Demo 1 is less of an interview and more of a technical test, I guess you would call it. Demo 2 is where they will actually look at your teaching style. It's not required to have your background set up, but like I said in my first video, I think it's very important. It looks really good on you and the company really likes it. Another thing that you might consider for Demo 2 is having some props. I will show you the props that I used for Demo 2. If you are one of my referrals, you will get these automatically to print off. So if you would like to apply with my link, it's in the space below. Also shoot me an email. I'm happy to share. This is one in Demo 2, big and small. Okay. You also talk about long and short. One of the main points in the lesson is to emphasize the S. So if you have one hand, two hands. Another thing I used is the mouth. And I have a giant ear. That's just fun. You don't have to have all of these. You can use them if you want. These are my eyes. Okay. Props always make it a little more exciting and it keeps everyone engaged. And the interviewers really like to see that you prepared and that you went out of your way to make sure that you did a good job on your interview. Now we will jump over into demo class number 2. If you need more information on the basics of setting up for your interview, refer back to my Demo 1 interview video because we talk about lighting and background and dressing and all of that stuff in Demo 1. But for today, we're just going to hop right into the classroom. Hello again. Here we are in Demo 2 practice room. Just like in Demo 1, you'll need to run your settings, make sure you can hear, make sure your headset is set correctly, and your interviewer will pop up again in Kobe's place down in student number 1. You'll start just the same. You'll put them up on stage, give them some stickers, just like you would whenever you start the class. Depending on how your interviewer is, they will either ask you questions before your demo, which is most likely, or after and during. The questions, again, are what we covered earlier. Why do you think you'd be a good fit for Qkids? Why do you want to work for Qkids? What's your experience with kids? Things like that. Let's really focus now on the actual steps in the classroom. Okay. We'll go to slide 1, which is always the animation story. If you'll notice over to the side, there's a reference section. You'll describe body parts, ask what each chief looks like, ask, who do you see? Okay. And wait, they'll say Kobe or Kobe koala. This is very straightforward, very easy. Shouldn't take a whole lot of time. The next is a review word game. On this game, it's very simple. You'll click new round. That resets all the scores at the bottom, which is not that important during your demo, but you will need to know that for playing. Then you will pick a word. Mouth. Mouth. Pretty simple. And you can click, ready? Nose. 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 Very good, very good. Remember to give diamonds. Diamonds are important. Slide 3, you'll pop up in the middle again. Okay, very fancy. and you'll have these little guys. This is one part of my interview that she gave me some feedback on. And she suggested that I have one person up here at a time. At the time, I didn't know that you could only have one. So I put them all up there. So when you start, you'll put the guy with the head. Boop, 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 boop. Use your TPR. Head. Head. Make sure you're having them say it 3 times. It's also fun to say it high and low and mix it up a little bit just so that it's not so repetitive. And you'll repeat these. Arms. Yeah. Let me see your arms. Arms. So they're saying it 3 times for each one. It's the same for legs. Do, do, do. Even though you can't really move your legs, if you have a prop for legs, that would be good. Or you could always do, 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 do. Legs and hands. Have them clap with you. Say, hands, hands, hands is an idea. Whatever you feel comfortable with, just make sure that you're very upbeat, that you're moving, and that you're showing where the body parts are. All right, let's look at 4. This is reinforcing vocabulary. And if you look at your reference down below, you're reinforcing the use of the word and S. And I made this for my demo video, and I'll show you all the props that I made. So we can look at head, 1 head, head, hand, oh, hand, 1 hand, 2 hands, 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 hands. Okay. Same thing with arms, since we have 2 arms. Arm, 2 arms, arms, leg, and legs. So that one's pretty easy to follow. Now, this is a game, a matching game. So before you flip the cards and push new round, take your spotlight, legs, heads, arms. Just make sure we're all on the same page. Then when you get finished, you'll click new round and it'll turn them over, and the students will each have a different screen and they'll be able to match the cards. Match. Okay, and that's what it'll do, and they'll get a point at the bottom of their screen. When you get to this slide, slide number 6, you're going to review all of the words again. Hands, eyes, leg, mouth. Then you'll just click new round if you need a new round. Set your answer and say the word. Hands. Can you find hands? And the students will click it. And it will tell you down here if they get it right or not. And if they need a hint, you can give them a hint and it only shows on their side. Number 7. This is another one I made a prop for. We have big and small. Big, small, and long. Long, short. Of course, take your time, go a little slower, but just to show you what I have, I just printed these off, put them on a popsicle stick, and I use them all the time for more than one company. Then we'll go through this, click a ball. Big, small. Big, small. Big, very good. And click the ball again, and it will go in its bin. And you can do that for all of them. Big, small, small. If you had more than one student in a real class, you could alternate turns to make sure that your time is fair. In an animation story, this is always in your lessons as well. Okay. What does each look like? If anybody knows, they might tell you. You can discuss it. And if you click 2, the gray buttons at the bottom, I'm sure you know, but this is what's going to make the magic happen. So we're going to click. And we'll repeat. What does he look like? He has a big head. Big head. 2 long arms. And we can go to number 4. So you can have your student say it. Chief looks funny. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Practice student. This is where you will bring a student up onto stage. This is slide 9. Just select Kobe because your interviewer will be in that spot. I have heard that sometimes there is a second person in Demo 2. There was not in mine, but if that's the case, just alternate. Then they will click a card and you'll tell them, would you like to pick a card? And if they're not getting it, get their mouse and they'll pick one. Usually the students will read it, but if not, and they need prompting, you can say, how many arms does he have? And then they'll say it. Now, this is a good time you can use your text board. They need help making a sentence. They'll probably just say 2. He has 2 arms. He has 2 arms. How many hands does she have? 2. She has 2 hands. She has 2 hands. Good, very good. Give some diamonds. They want you to give like 60 to 80 diamonds per class, so make sure you're pushing that diamond button. Number 10, pick a student. Ask question 1. What does she look like? She has 1 head. She has 2 arms, and you can lead them. Then you can plus on Kobe again up here. Select the next student if there is one. If not, just roll with it. What does he look like? He has 2 legs. He has 1 nose. Just make sure they're making a sentence. They really need to be speaking in complete sentences. Number 11. This is another game. We're just going to make sentences like the reference says over here. First thing you do is select a student, throw them up on the screen, and they push start. Legs. Can you make a sentence? How many legs? He has 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Click a word and that will give them a diamond. For the next student, you do the same thing. Click start. Arms. She has 2 arms. Very good, very good. Diamonds for everybody. 12 is a machine. Now, when we have a group activity, I like to do 1 as a whole group, just in case somebody doesn't know how to play the game. So when I get to this slide, I will play the machine before I ever select a student. He has 2 ears. Yes, very good, very good. So then we've all practiced. We know what's going on, and we're going to pick a student to go first. They can click play machine. If it doesn't work, you just click it. Ooh, what does she have? She has 2 ears. What does he have? He has 2 hands. Pretty straightforward on that one. On 13, once again, you have a pink select student button. So you'll just pick your person. How many arms do you have? And then you're going to type with them, okay? I have 2 arms. We'll select another one. And the students will generally read the sentence, and if they don't, you can prompt them or help them read it. How many hands do you have? I have 2 hands. Ba, ba, ba. The last one is the same slide from before. And so now that we've learned 2 hands, 2 arms, and all this other stuff, they can better describe everything in the picture. So you just go back over everything. It's kind of a review slide. This is also the last slide for diamonds. You cannot give diamonds after this slide. After all that, go to the end. And this is where you can bring them up on the leaderboard. Give them a mask, give them stickers. whatever they want. So this is demo classroom number 2. Quick little run through, and I hope it helps. I'm so glad you joined us today. If this is your first time, I am so happy you chose my channel to learn a little bit more about Qkids. If you're back, thank you very much. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already, and come over to Instagram with me. There's a button at the top of the page where it will link you to my teacher Jenna Instagram account. If you have any other questions, please email me. My email will be in the description box. And if you haven't applied yet, I would love to be your referral person. If you need any help through any steps in the process, I will be here night and day. That's all for today. See you soon.